The crypto world today, it has launched. There is a Bitcoin ETF that is available in North America, available for anyone in the world to purchase, and it's on the Toronto Stock Exchange and it is live. Okay, so here's what it is. It's Purpose Investments Bitcoin ETF, and it is the world's first Bitcoin ETF. So the benefit here is it allows you to hold Bitcoin and benefit from that in a tax advantage savings account. So what does that mean? Well, basically what they say is they're not just doing Bitcoin futures, they're actually buying real Bitcoin with your money, and they're holding it in for you. Now, keep in mind, I'm a big fan of holding your own Bitcoin in your own wallet. 100%. I think that's a really good idea. I got some videos on how to do that if you are just starting to get into Bitcoin. I think that's definitely a good idea, because anytime there are different parties involved, you just have less control. So I think that that's important to understand. But what's really important about here is this makes Bitcoin very simple to trade, right? So all those people that are, let's say, older, let's say, more traditional, maybe they have a financial advisor that does their trading for them. They don't even go into like a trading platform like Questrade or any of those trading platforms. They have an advisor do all that for them. Now they can ask that advisor, hey, can we get some Bitcoin in my tax advantage TFSA? And what that's going to do, I think, is long term, when you think about it, there's a lot of old money in the stock market. And one, people don't want to pull it out of the stock market, because of habit. But two, there's money there that's in already tax advantage savings accounts, and it causes extreme tax implications when you pull that out. But now people can just trade from one stock. Let's say they hold Apple in their tax-free savings account. They can trade that stock, get rid of it, and have Bitcoin instead, and have that tax-free growth. Because let's face it, this is a new asset class that's coming into TFSAs. Before, the government didn't want you to have Bitcoin in a tax advantage savings account, and now you have exposure to Bitcoin in a tax advantage savings account. So I think that that's going to be big. I think it's going to be big long term, and I think it's going to put in a strong floor for the price of Bitcoin. Actually, it's going to put in a strong floor for that. So basically, you can use your TFSA or RRSP to invest in registered accounts. Look at the historical price of Bitcoin. This is a new asset class, and this is now available in ETFs. So here's the thing, okay? There are actually two Bitcoin funds under BTCC. Okay, there's BTTC.B, and this is a Canadian currency ETF in non-hedged. Okay, so it's non-currency hedged. So it's not they're not trying to balance it with the fluctuations of the Canadian dollar. Then there is also the US version. Okay, so this is the same thing, ETF in USD. So it's in US denominated dollars, ETF non-currency hedged. Now, they do say that they are going to bring out a third one that is currency hedged, but that's not out right now. These two launched today, okay, when the Toronto Stock Exchange opened a couple of hours ago. They opened at $10, and already it's up to 2.7%. I think this is going to continue to go up. So I actually made some purchases today in my tax-free savings account of this, and I just bought it market order because I just want to get in and want to time the market when there's something this explosive and this news that's so important. So let's talk really quickly about what are the advantages of holding this in a tax-free savings account. And if you don't know, tax-free savings account, it's kind of like a Roth IRA or some of these things that they have in the States. It's just called tax-free savings account in Canada. So it gives you the opportunity to earn investment income tax-free. Okay, so anything that you earn is not subject to tax. So how it works is with a registered account, like an RRSP, it grows tax-free, and then you pay taxes when you withdraw it. But the growth is tax-free, and I believe that's like the Roth IRA. With the tax-free savings account, it's different because you've already paid the taxes, you put in your post after you pay the taxes, like some money post-tax, you put that in, and then anything you earn on that, any profit is not taxed. So there's no tax. And it gives you the flexibility to withdraw that. You can contribute to a spouse's TFSA. There's a wide range of investment options, right? So ETFs right here. You can invest in ETFs. Why would you want to invest in GICs? I don't know, but some people do. And it doesn't impact your government benefits. So I guess that's important for some people. But the thing is, you can hold it in a tax-free account, and then it grows tax-free. All that income is tax-free. And for the first time, Bitcoin is available to grow tax-free. I think that's big. Okay. So Purpose Investments is the company that got this done. And this is their site, purposeinvest.com. These are the two funds right here. This is the non-hedged ones. And here are the two stocks on the TSX. We'll look at the Canadian one. That's the one that I purchased today. And already it is up. Now, of course, there's not much of a chart here. I mean, it literally just launched today. So I think that's pretty significant. It opened at 1060. Previous close was at 10. So really, the ETF started at 10. That was kind of the pre-market traders pushing it up a bit. So if you're curious about which one to buy, okay, if you're in Canada and you want Canadian dollars, BTCC.B, okay, is the one that you want if you're a Canadian investor. And if you're a US investor, you're going to want BTCC.U, okay, and that is in the US dollar. Now, a lot of people have asked, if I'm in the States, does my broker support the TSX? Usually it does. The TSX is a major market in North America. Contrary to popular opinion, sometimes people think it's just mining stocks. It's not. Oftentimes, if you search on your ticker, because they'll have stocks that are listed on both exchanges, right? Like a stock will be listed on the New York Stock Exchange and the Toronto Stock Exchange. So sometimes if you on your ticker, if you're using like an American service or something, if you put .to at the end of it, that usually defaults to the Toronto Stock Exchange, although that is not universal. You should contact your broker and see how you can buy stocks that are on the Toronto Stock Exchange if you're interested in getting an ETF. And again, the main thing is I think there's going to be a lot of demand for this long term. But more importantly, it's money in the sidelines. It's a new asset class. It's going to bring a new floor to Bitcoin. Already we're seeing like higher highs today from Bitcoin. Now, I don't think that's related to this, mind you, but keep in mind, I mean, we are seeing Bitcoin go up. And why is this internet so slow? I don't know why this is taking so long to go up, but we are at 65K. All right, one Bitcoin is 65K. I mean, that is pretty crazy. Let's look at the US dollar here. 51, right? So that 50 was a major resistance line, and it has broken through that. It is significantly through that. We could see it going higher here on up. So here's your action steps. I mean, if this is the right thing for you, I'm not telling you that it is, but if you are looking for an ETF, if you have money in stocks that you don't want to pull out, but you still want to have some of that exposure in Bitcoin, look at BTCC. Look at BTCC. That will definitely help you. And the other thing is, if you do not have Bitcoin or you want to buy more, I'm going to put some links in this description of places that are legitimate and recommended for you to buy Bitcoin. Often some of them will actually give you a bonus for creating an account and buying $100 even of Bitcoin. So there's a significant ROI to do that, and you can do that with multiple platforms and kind of gain that bonus that way. At the same time, maybe you're just putting $100 into this exchange you might not use very often, but it's sitting there later when you can Bitcoin's even higher, you can go back, find that, pull that out, and it's already grown, right? So think about that. If that's the right thing for you, there'll be some links in the description. If you have any comments about this, or you have any news about BTCC, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of this ETF, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, stay happy, people.